little tidbits of information on what goes on at the Eastern Maine tournament. Just to remind again that in Western Maine, the girls' D final, Richmond versus Rangely, and the boys' D final is Wyndham Christian versus Vinalhaven. That starts at 1:30 with the boys' game to follow. And then this afternoon, we have the girls' C final and the boys' C final.
Here we go for basketball action as Mike Webb will toss up the ball for the D championship. Is taken by the Royals. This is Peabody, as he starts down with it inside to look, turns, looking a lot of crowd. Ball deflected away. Crowley battling for it. He comes up with it. Fritz is going to turn and put it up. It's no good. Rebound again. It's finally tipped and gets out of bounds. It'll be Jonesport-Beals' ball.
There's an example of what Coach Steve Shaw was worried about, is that the Jonesport-Beals Royals have an awful lot of power going to the offensive board.
Tony Beal inbounds to Peabody. Man-to-man put up by this Central Aroostook team. And in the action there, looked like Brewer made a foul. No, Chris Crowley was pushing off.
Well, I think on that play that they were going to do, Joe, is they were going to loft it up, and he's going to kind of tap it to the cutter going by, and in turn he pushed his way to a better position.
So Central Aroostook comes down with it now. This is Brewer, the right side, and out deep is Lee Shaw. Now it goes cross corner to Libby, back outside. This is Ben Allen. Now to Townsend, the ball stripped away in there by Ryan Crowley, and Jonesport-Beals retains. Elliot Peabody will bring down. He's challenged by Lee Shaw. Left side goes to Ryan Crowley. Takes a screen, turns. Now goes back outside to Peabody. Tries to get it inside, but Brewer is there, and the pass is a little bit too high, and Brewer is traveling.
Good contact made that time by both players. They were going for the basketball, and that also just caused Tim Brewer, number 22, to move his pivot foot.
Comes inside to, this time it doesn't get inside to Billy Luck as it's deflected away.
Good comment, Joe, because yesterday they were able to do that all day long, and this time
Townsend steals the ball. Townsend starts down with it, but Crowley is fouling.
Mike Webb, the official, is going to get the foul out at midcourt area, and they'll take the ball on the sideline. But I agree with you, Joe, on that comment. Yesterday, Billy Luck was able to establish position all day long and get some uncontested shots in there for layups on inbound plays.
Brewer outside, guarded by Tony Beal. Brewer of the Central Aroostook team, right down to the baseline, back outside to Allen. Outside shot by Libby, and it's no good. Rebound taken off by Elliot Peabody. No score here in the first quarter of action. Jonesport-Beals versus Central. 1-2 team. Elliot Peabody's shot is no good. Save in. Nice that time by Tony Beal off the knees of Tim Brewer.
And here we go, those positions again. Jonesport-Beals goes in a box, putting all four guys on each side, and then they'll make the move.
Pass comes in. Tony, there's going to be a foul call on Billy Luck as he got in. He tried to tip it in. The ball was lofted in the air, but he's called for fouling.
That's a good call that time by John Sharpie, because Billy Luck was trying to tap the ball in, and he used the other guys a little bit of a brace.
Quickly, the Jonesport-Beals team has committed 3 team fouls and still no score in this game. Outside by Ben Allen. His shot is no good. Rebound in there by Chris Crowley of Jonesport-Beals. Now off to Elliot Peabody as he starts down with it. Like two heavyweight champs, kind of testing each other, see what's going to happen. Inside goes to Chris Crowley from Beal. He puts it up. It's no good. Rebound followed by Beal. And let's see in the rebound action what happens. Looks like it's going to be a foul in Central Aroostook.
I'm not sure who it is going to be on Joe.
40. And that would be Randy Libby.
Here's the replay. Looking for the positioning coming in. Randy's coming right over behind number 22, and the foul's going to be called down there.
Inbounds pass goes in the corner to Peabody. He starts fat way up to the foul line. Now outside to Ryan Crowley. Now to Tony Beal. Tony Beal's jumper in, and they finally break the ice and go up 2-0 with 6 minutes left here. And 2 minutes had gone by before they could get it on the board. Shaw with it now, brings down. Now he's at the top left of the circle. To Allen. Allen inside of Libby. Nice pass to Libby. Rejection by Peabody. And the rebound action. Beal finally picks it up. That was a loose ball that everybody wanted.
What a great block that time by Elliot Peabody.
Crowley's shot is no good. Rebound comes off to Beal. Beal can't control it and loses it out of bounds. But they're getting in for that second and third shot.
And that's what Coach Shaw doesn't want to have happen. But right now, the Jonesport-Beals hasn't been able to capitalize on it, so it's working all right.
2-0. Jonesport-Beals leading. 5:24 in first quarter action left. Townsend with it now. Townsend with a shot pop, yes.
Nice soft touch that time by number 23, Matt Townsend, who is a 6'1" sophomore. And the coach Steve Shaw's kids are young, and so they're coming back again, Joe.
Elliott Peabody now down the right side, going to take the jumper, and he hits it.
Good offensive move that time by Elliott. They're just going to exchange. They're loosening up a little bit, Joe, so we should see the point start to go up higher.
Goes in the corner now to Ben Allen. Ben Allen gets it outside to Brewer. Brewer with the outside shot, good.
That's the shot Brewer hit yesterday when we were watching the game. That's his touch. He's in that range of 15 feet.
As we said earlier, before the game, there's not much to choose between these two teams, and I think we're right to this point. Ryan Crowley now to Peabody. Right side, Tony Beal. Tony starts to move in now, looking for somebody to cut underneath. Now Elliott Peabody starts to go. He's going to take another pop from the side. He bangs it in and draws a foul from Libby.
Gets a little excited there, too. We're talking with the Jonesport-Beals fans. But it was a good move. He likes to go down there. He likes to shoot off the run a little bit, get a little bit of movement. You'll see him coming down here. He gets a little bit of screen by number 21. That's Billy Look. Goes up for the jump shot. There's a little defense played in front of him, and he's still able to score, and the foul happens.
So Randy Libby picks up his second personal foul. That's the second team foul. Foul shot is up by Peabody. Caps off a three. And it's 7-4. In the backcourt now, Townsend off to Brewer. Brewer starts down with a tricky dribbles to the left. Looks now. Cross court that is going to go to Lee Shaw. He puts it up and in.
Good penetration that time. The Jonesport Royals were shifting over to cover a Brewer, and he dumped it on the weak side, and they were able to score.
7-6. Now it goes inside Chris Crowley. Crowley against Brewer. He puts it up. Nice rejection from behind by Ben Allen. And Lee comes off with it. Long pass comes down to Townsend. Puts it up on the wrong side. Whoa. Right side, left-handed. Almost made it. Look at the biggest cheerleader on the floor.
Coach Shaw was happy on that one, but that was a great offensive move. He was underneath the basket. A nice lead pass for him. You can see it here. Here he is. He's going to be underneath the momentum, carrying back. He goes back left-handed. He almost throws it up. He gets caught for a foul. He really was an excited ball player looking back at number 23, Matt Townsend.
22 is fouling. That's Tony Beal. That's his fourth on the team against this Jonesport-Beals team. And Fagon will be our first substitute for Jonesport-Beals. As Townsend now with a pair. Fagon will come in. And we'll see who goes. It's Ryan Crowley. Crowley was the one that was on Townsend. Was staying with Townsend all over the floor. So we'll see what Matt can do in the foul line, and he misses the first.
That was the same change they made yesterday, Joe, when they were using that, what Coach Artie Alley called his T-in-1, when he brought Fagon in to go man-on-man. He is doing a triangle in two. Two men are guarding. One is guarding Libby, and one is guarding Tim Brewer.
So he splits a pair. It's 7-7 now, 3:49, excuse me, in the first quarter. Billy Look, the ball stripped away. Shaw comes down with it to Libby. He leads him a little bit too far down the left side. Now turns to the baseline, bounces inside. Nice play by Ben Allen. He puts it up. It's no good. Ripped off by Tony Beal.
Nice play that time by Beal. He held his position, kept his arms up straight, just caused enough of deflection so the ball didn't go in.
Peabody now to Fagon. Fagon on the left side, foul line extended. Goes back outside to Peabody with 3:21 left. A tie ball game. Chris Crowley turns, puts up a shot clock, and puts it in.
Good move that time by Chris.
Behind the back, Townsend with Fagon on him. Tricky dribble goes down the middle. Now he takes the jumper. Yes.
They're heating up, Joe, a little bit on the offensive. I'm watching Billy Look, and Randy Libby's doing a nice defensive job on him right now.
Tied at 9. Peabody back with it, and they're going to call him for traveling. Lost the ball in the shuffle, and they call for traveling.
Yeah, he just couldn't hold on to it while he was trying to regain possession. He's going to cause the violation.
Townsend down with it now, guarded by Fagon. Goes to Libby in the corner for this Central Aroostook High School team, number 1 in Eastern D this year. Now Shaw off to Libby. Libby down the middle. Libby floats one up and goes in. And I believe the basketball counts and there's a foul. 21 is Billy Look, and I think that's going to be number 2. It is.
That I don't think Coach Alley wants to have happen, to have his big guys get in foul trouble early in the game. That's 2 fouls with a little under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter.
And Billy really hasn't been part of the offense as the foul shot is missed. Brewer gets the rebound, puts it back up. It's no good. He gets another rebound, puts it on the floor, hooks it up. It's no good. And Billy Look takes it off. 11-9 the score. Central Aroostook leads by 2. Elliot Peabody with the ball. The red, white, and blue of the Royals of Jonesport-Beals. Now he goes inside to Chris Crowley. Crowley's going to take a shot jumper, and he puts it in.
Crowley's the fellow they're going to right now for the offensive output for the Jonesport-Beals because Billy Look is unable to contribute right now.
And Shaw comes down. They're going to have him with a player control foul on Central Aroostook.
Guess who he ran into? That was close. He ran into Billy Look, so there was a possibility that could have gone the other way. That would have been Billy's third foul. But he established good defensive position and a good call by the officials.
Tied at 11, 2-11 first quarter action. Libby is the one that's guarding Billy Look, and Brewer is up on Chris Crowley, who comes right out to the foul line. Now off to Elliot Beal, and a give and go, given back, but stepping in is Townsend to knock the ball away.
Townsend's the one that gets screened on the outside of that. Peabody was able to get down the right-hand side and drive, then Townsend recovered and went back and stuck his hand out there to move the ball.
So the Jonesport-Beals team will put the ball in play as Tony Beal tried to shuffle it into Chris Crowley, and Brewer was there to knock the ball away. 11-11 the score, 1:58 in first quarter action. Peabody with outside three, no good. Rebound tip. There's Billy Look, and he's heard from finally.
Good position underneath that time, Joe. They stopped Billy from getting the ball underneath, but he had a good offensive rebounding position that enabled him to score.
13-11 the score. Jonesport-Beals leads by 2. Now Brewer wheels and deals. Now a nice inside pass, but it's deflected out of bounds by Crowley, intended for Libby.
I don't know if they're intentionally doing that, but it looks like Coach Shaw is throwing the ball underneath to Randy Libby, who's being guided once in a while by Billy Look.
And as a shot, it's no good. Rebound inside by Ben Allen. He puts it up. He's rejected by Chris Crowley. And they're going to call a foul, evidently, on Ben Allen in the rebound action. 24 or 25?
25, Joe. You're correct. Ben Allen, who Mike Webb called the foul on the rebounding action. And that's going to bring the teams up to 4 and 5, 4 against Central Aroostook and 5 against Jonesport-Beals.
We're gone with it. He got the screen and the shot outside is no good. Rebound in stride strong by Chris Crowley, and that's not what they wanted.
Crowley is doing a great job.
The last two, Bill.
Oh, he's been a great job down at that end. He's established himself well. He's going to the boards. He's getting position. Then he turns around and squares himself to the basket. Goes up for a good power layup. Going to get fouled in the act of shooting, and he has an opportunity to have 3 points.
15-11 the score. As Chris gets ready for his foul shot to top it off, it's no good. Rebound taken off by Shaw. Off to Libby. Libby starts down with it now, slows it down. Now starts to turn in, can't control. Now he does. Goes to Allen outside to Shaw. Now right side goes to Townsend. Townsend skips it across inside to Ben Allen. Ben Allen puts it up and in.
Boy, they're going right underneath the basket, Joe. As again, I said, I'm not sure they're doing that intentionally, but every time they're going up for a shot by the Panthers, guess who's in there for defense is Billy Look. 55 seconds left, and a long pass that goes over the head of Chris Crowley. And the turnover will go to Central Aroostook. Pagon is right inside Townsend's shirt, and they're going to call a foul on Pagon. I think that Townsend complained, and then Webb looked over and finally caught him kind of hanging on. Well, I think that's what happened. I'm not sure we'll see it on the replay with it, but Pagon is just playing him man-to-man all the way through, real tight. And they're running off screen trying to get him loose, and that time Mike Webb picked up the holding foul.
15-13 the score. Brewer, now Libby. Back to Brewer. Got it by Tony Beal. Get the screen. Brewer's pop is no good. Rebound taken off, goes in the corner. Taken off by Tony Beal. Off to Pagon. Pagon in the middle. Right down the middle. Loses control, but it's a reaching foul call on Lee Shaw.
Number 41 that time for the Central Aroostook Panthers. They're going to get the ball out underneath the basket because they're not in the bonus situation.
15-13 with 31 seconds left. Jonesport-Beals leads. And the pass comes to Crowley. He throws it in the backcourt. Chased after it is Shaw. They're going to call the backcourt. It looked to me like if Shaw got it, he could have continued.
Yeah,
he was the one that got it. It was the backcourt by Jonesport-Beals.
I think that's what Jonesport-Beals is looking at too. That
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, Joe.
Right. Townsend with it now against Pagon. Now it goes to Libby. Libby looks inside. This goes to Brewer. Half a hook. He puts it in.
Boy, that was a nice offensive play. We haven't seen that one being done, Joe. Although I think yesterday he did it when he went through the went through the bucket area and did a half hook shot.
Tim says, I'll take it to school outside, I'll take it to school inside. Nice move that time by Timmy Brewer. 4 seconds left. Now to Pagan. Pagan takes the last shot of the first quarter. And at the end of 1 quarter of play, 15-15. You can't get any better on that. We'll be back right after this. To choose between the two, I think both coaches are pleased. What they saw out there, they get a little bit of what they wanted out of their charges, and we get a tie game here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think the only thing that probably, if there's a negative side to it, is Coach Artie Alley has his superstar, Billy Look, 21 with 2 personal fouls, and that's probably the only concern that he has right now. He has a couple other ball players that have 2 fouls too, but that's the only negative aspect on either side, I think, Joe.
So to the right side is Brewer. Now to Townsend. Townsend with Pagan in his shirt. Puts it up. It's no good. Rebound strong by Chris Crowley. Off to Elliott Peabody as he starts down with it. Now he hooks a pass to Pagan. Pagan's going to take the pop. It's no good. Rebound by Brewer. Tim comes out of the pack. Nice lead pass goes to Allen. Allen stops. Now down the middle. Allen's going to put one up and in.
A nice play that time by number 25, Ben Allen, who's a sophomore and stands at 6'2". Just drove right to the hole, put a little half hook shot up and scored.
Central Aroostook takes the lead now, 17-15. Pagan tries to loop it into Billy Look, but he wasn't there. He had come up to put a screen. Now Libby comes back with it. Townsend is being fouled by Pagan. So now they put them on the 1-on-1 with 7:16 remaining in first half action.
Well, there's the example. Pagan has had a couple of tough plays on himself in playing man-on-man with Townsend. He's been right in his shirt all along. And here you're going to see the reaching foul coming in through, which is going to get him caught. It was interesting to watch right then. Coach Artie Alley had taken Pagan out of the game now and just told him, hey, don't worry about it. Calm down. Just don't keep going playing. It'll be all right. Well, this is probably the first couple of points that Townsend's been able to score because he's been frustrated by the defense that Jonesport-Beals has been playing.
Ryan Crowley comes in, so he'll have the defensive assignment on Townsend. Townsend's pair is good, 19-15, so they've outscored Jonesport-Beals 4-zip here in this second quarter. Elliott Peabody, nice lead inside to Tony Beal. Tony going right to the glass and puts it in.
Well, they like to go to the big guys underneath because that's their game right now. That's a little different, Joe, in the old Jonesport-Beals where they would stay on the outside. Now they're going on the inside.
Libby inside, goes to Ben Allen, almost stripped, goes back outside to Brewer. He was cocked for a 3-pointer, but bobbled it. Now it goes to Libby. Libby puts up the pop and draws the foul and makes the basket.
Boy, they're playing good basketball right now. The foul is on number 31, Chris Crowley for Jonesport-Beals, and you're going to see Randy Libby go to the line for a free throw. Look at the move coming across here. Here comes Crowley on top. Contact is made right there, and the ball still goes swish. We'll go to the foul line for 1.
Good concentration by Libby as he makes his foul shot. So it's 22-17. And down with it comes Elliott Peabody trying to get something going here. He's going to take it himself. It's off, no good. Rebound by Libby, and Libby is traveling, I believe. Nope, they're going to call a foul. Libby was going down, and they kind of bumped, and Elliott Peabody landed on top of him, so they call a foul on Peabody.
And number 33, Peabody is going to get charged with a foul. Good timeout here by Coach Artie Alley, but listen to those fans from Central Aroostook. You can see the move right here. He's already traveling. That's a tough call. It's just a judgment whether they saw the travel before the contact, but you were correct on that, Joe. The travel did happen prior to that contact.
And you couldn't really call it a non-contact because it looked like a linebacker coming in on a halfback.
Well, there's an example right there. Most of the Jonesport-Beals fans saw the foul happening. And can you imagine if the two officials all of a sudden called a travel on that play? The people from Central Aroostook would have been coming over.
We can use the Buck Street Gate.
Yeah, they could go right out through. But those are things that happen because the television makes it a lot easier, and you can see that, again, majority of times, people don't see actually what happens. They anticipate it, and if it's against their team, they think the officials are wrong, and if it's for their team, hey, they say they did a nice job. So,
and normally they see one team, right?
Yeah, that's the only going to see one.
That's my team.
Yep.
Well, right now it's Central Aroostook's team because they're up 22-17, playing very, very well here in this second quarter of action. We were locked at 15 at the end of one period. As Randy Libby will go back the line with a one-on-one attempt, make the first, get the bonus. Randy's foul shot is up and no good. Rebound by Billy Look. As 6:39 left here in first half action. as Elliott Peabody brings down the left side, goes to Pagan, who's back in the game. Outside shot, all air. Picked off by Ben Allen. They got like 2 on nobody, and Libby takes it to the glass and puts it in. Boy, they catch them flat-footed that time.
Boy, they just zipped it right out there. That transition game was potent at that time.
24-17 the score. Ryan Crowley inside to Tony Beal. Tony's going to turn off the glass and in.
Boy, that's even a better pass that time by Ryan Crowley. He could see the opening underneath him. Beal, and he just lofted it over the defensive man's head.
Townsend in the backcourt. Townsend sat down. Billy Look tried to steal, but Allen comes up with it. He puts it up around. He gets a roll.
The Bangor Auditorium roll. Roll around, bounce off the backwood, drop it in.
26-19 as Central Aroostook starting to take this game over a little bit. Ryan Crowley back outside to Peabody. Left for gone. Now goes to Billy Look. Billy Look's going to take a outside shot. Hits the side of the backboard. For gone. Look puts it back up, keeps it alive, and Tony Beal knocks it out of bounds. So we didn't see too much of Billy Look on the outside shot, and that time he hit the side of the backboard.
Well, as they said, the Jonesport-Beals offense is not functioning on all cylinders right yet, but it's capable of doing it, Joe.
Townsend, nice scoop shot. He puts it in. Boy, are they doing everything right in this quarter?
They're playing well right now, and that's concerned about Coach Artie Alley, but he's still going to go with what's got him there. He's not going to take any time out. He's just going to let him get going.
28-19. Look inside. Look's going to turn. He draws the foul against Ben Allen.
That's the offense they were doing in the semifinals and the quarterfinals, Joe, is where they put the ball inside to number 21, Billy Look, and he was able to get some good offensive movement underneath there.
Coming in will be Frank Kearney.
The ball being lofted over, caught by one hand, contact made right there. Foul is called by the officials, and Billy Look will go to the line.
So Ben Allen, with 3 personal fouls on him, goes to the sidelines for Frank Kearney, who's a senior. Foul shot by Billy Look. This is what makes basketball so mystical, is that you can have a 30-point game one game, and you can have everything. It seems like the rim gets a lot, and he misses a pair. It kind of closes in on you. So Billy Look not having his game he had yesterday, but certainly you couldn't take an individual like that out, and Jonesport-Beals with another foul.
Well, this is not typical right now of one of Coach Artie Alley's teams, because they let that guy dribble the length of the court uncontested until he got near the danger zone, which is down where it's within 10 feet, and all of a sudden contact is made, and there's a foul occurred, and they're going back to the foul line for a one-on-one.
Pagan picks up the foul, so we're in the bonus for both. Tim Brewer will go to the line, and checking in for Beals will be Mike Kenny. Mike is a junior. Tim Brewer. A lot of people speculate when you talk about an MVP, and he misses his foul shot, is the guy that took the shot and the guy that got the rebound, Billy Look, in Class D. Nice strip in there, and there's a collision between Look and Libby, and Townsend goes down and scores the basket.
That was accidental over there in front of the scorer's table. That was just where they bumped into each other.
Look's going to turn. Look puts up the pop. He hits it.
That's Billy Look's shot, although he likes to be in a little bit closer than he was. That's out around the little fadeaway.
30-21 the score, 4:39 left in first half action. Libby starts to go down, bounces to Brewer. He's got it by Kenny, who's a lot shorter. Now to Kearney. Kearney's shot is all air, picked off by Peabody. He looks down. He starts to go down now. He's going to stop. He's going to take the shot pop. It's around and in.
That's the shot Peabody was hitting yesterday. He'd drive down the right-hand side of the court, then stop about 10 feet away and use the
You
jump
notice
shot.
it's kind of slippery now. The guys are starting to fall. Libby to the left side all alone. They let him have it. He doesn't get it. Now outside of Ryan Crowley. Crowley's going to go in a gallop. He's going to stop and pop. It's no good. Rebound taken off by Townsend Strong. And he's going to try to slow it down.
Well, both the clubs came down. Joe just attempted one shot. Didn't have an awful lot of offensive power going through it.
Townsend with an outside three. No good. Rebound by Tony Beal. Almost stolen there by Libby, but he controls. It goes off to Peabody. 7-point difference here in this ball game, here in the first half of action. Bounce goes to Kenny. Kenny inside to Look. Look turns around, pops it up, off the glass and in.
And he played it that way, Joe. He knew where he was. He played good position and banked it off the glass to score. They're down 5.
30-25 to score. Libby, the ball knocked away. Brewer picks it up. Brewer's going to take a jumper from the baseline, no good. Kenny comes off of the rebound. Everybody rebounds.
Well, Mike Kenny's played a good game since being in there when he substituted in for Gone.
There's Look again. Going to fake, going to put it up. Little off balance that time. Just got a kind of the left side of the rim, and it bounces away. Central Aroostook comes back with it. Brewer right down the middle. Brewer puts it up, and they're going to call a foul on Tony Beals.
That's a good call that time because Tony really wasn't established position. He was kind of hoping that number 22, Tim Brewer, would run into him, and that did not happen. The foul was called, and Brewer will be going to the line. So at least you can see it coming on the replay here. He really isn't there, and he says, oh, I think I'll kind of fall away and make slight contact, and Brewer did a good job to avoid him.
Chris Crowley will check in now as Tony Beal will come out. Audie trying to quiet his boys down there. McGon and Tony Beal a little frustrated with this game. He's still over there on the sidelines, frustrated. Foul is up. But I think you're right. You made a great point there. The coach is going to say, hey, you know, let the two guys in the striped shirts do their thing, and let's try to win this ball game.
You get enough to concentrate on just to worry about what offensive play, what defensive play you're going to be doing, let alone try to officiate at the same time. That's usually, the officiating is left to two people, the two officials on the floor and the fans in the stands.
I was going to say that if you didn't.
And sometimes announcers will officiate too.
Because we got the replay, see? Stephen Bean comes in as the foul shot is made by Tim Brewer. 31-25, 6-point difference, 3:01. Orser is in the game now for Central Aroostook. Goes to Kenny. Kenny to Crowley. Crowley across, and inside is stolen. The pass by Bean inside by Brewer. Brewer seems to be any place. All alone is Lee Shaw, and he gives a nice pass. It goes off to Libby, and Libby is fouled.
He was fouled that time by Steve Bean, number 25 for the Royals. Steve is a sophomore. It wasn't a bad foul. You're going to see the reach and come right here. At least he stopped him from scoring a two-point play, and that was the intent. So we're going to see number 40, Randy Libby, a junior, going to the foul line.
31-25 the score. Central Aroostook leads 32-25 now with 2:45 left in second quarter action. Good crowd for the morning session. We got two more to go this afternoon, the C's, this evening, the B's. And they might have a hard time to top these first two games.
They've been good ball games, both sides, Joe, both the girls' game and this one here.
Elliot Peabody with it, gets a screen. He's going to take an outside three. It's no good. Rebound tipped out. And they're going to call a foul underneath, and it's going to be on Billy Look. Things are not raining happiness today for Jonesport-Beals.
25, I think if you call the foul on, Joe, that's going to be Steve Bean.
Okay, Bean did his job. He's out now.
I don't know if the viewing audience could have seen on that last play when the foul was being called out this end. If they could have counted the players, they would have counted 5 blue shirts down at this end and only 4 white ones, because the other white one was almost at the other end of the court. It was wide open for a quick transition play or an outlet pass.
Townsend misses the foul shot. Look gets a rebound. In the game now for the Jonesport-Beals team is Ryan Libby, number 23. He has the ball right now. He goes corner to Look. Look in the middle of Kenny. Kenny has an open shot, and he puts it in.
Mike Kenny has done a good job for the Jonesport Royals. He's a junior, and he's played real well offensively and defensively.
33-27, Orser now to Lee Shaw. 2:09 left in first half action. Libby with it. Now to Shaw. Back to Brewer. Brewer starts to go, bounces inside, and the ball's knocked away by Jonesport-Beals.
It was close. They're still playing that real tough man-on-man with 2 of the players. Jonesport-Beals is guiding 2 of the guys man-on-man, and the other 3 are playing a little bit of a zone.
Libby comes out with it for Central Aroostook. Now to Townsend. Townsend bounces on the left side to Shaw. He goes in the corner to Orser. And in the action away, looks like Townsend is trying to push away his defender.
Matt Townsend has just been frustrated because the Jonesport-Beals Royals defensive scheme has been coming in. They're just keeping somebody right with him all the time. No matter where he goes, they run around, and that's what's happened with, I believe it's going to be Mike Kenny on the foul line. He just got frustrated with it, whether it was a screen or something else, and Townsend pushed him, and the officials called the foul.
1:46 remaining. Kenny's foul shot is good. Mike Kenny, a junior 6-footer. He doesn't really look 6 feet, does he, if he stands up? But he's guarding Brewer, so he must be. Brewer's a tall 6'2", 6'3". Oh, the shot is up. It's no good. But is he over the line? It wouldn't have counted anyway.
Called the shooter for going over too soon before the ball hit the rim.
I think if you're a smart coach, when you come in, you give them the program. You give the heights about 2 or 3 inches higher on everybody, so it'll scare them. Lee comes right down the middle. Lee Shaw stops. Almost dragged his pivot foot, but he didn't. Now it's to Townsend. Back outside to Brewer. 1:35 left. 33-28 to score. Brewer to the right side, through the legs and to the right. Kenny's on him. Fall away, no good. Rebound by Billy Luck. Billy's the remaining big rebounder beside Chris Crowley in there. Brewer steals it. Taken back by Kenny, right side Peabody. You know what he'll do. Up around, no good. Rebound inside. In the rebound action, you saw Ryan Libby, and he draws a foul.
Number 23, Townsend. Matt Townsend, the sophomore, is the one that caused the foul right then. And there's some good action going back and forth. The ball is being saved. You're going to see the Jonesport-Beals person come in here, pick up the ball. It's going to look. It's going to take the jump shot here by Peabody, I'm sorry. It's going to go over, and you'll see the foul coming right here. 23 is going to get called for the foul, and that's going to put Jonesport on the line.
Ryan Libby's foul shot is good. Well, whoever Audie has put in have come through very, very well. Fagon was frustrated, but Libby, along with Kenny, has done an excellent job. And over the foul line again. So the two subs have got to work on that. But he got one. And now there's going to be a foul call on Kenny. Well, they're not going to let this thing get away from them, the two officials.
Well, I think they're smart, Joe. You're going to establish it real quick and say, fellas, if you want to play good man-to-man defense, you got to do it without putting your hands on somebody else. And I support what they're doing. They're consistent, and that's the key to it. They've been consistent on both ends. But the two men that are frustrated right now are Brewer and Townsend, because they're the ones that have to put up with that man-to-man pressure all the way through the line.
Tony Beal will check back in. 33-29 to score. Tim Brewer's foul shot is good. Beal will come in and see. Probably they're going to come in for Billy Look. Yep, good Billy arrest at 1:13. Now Billy might turn it around in the second half. Tim Brewer for Central Aroostook, the second, and he gets a pair. 35-29 with 1:13 left. Peabody will bring down with it. Peabody turns left to Kenny. Kenny gets inside to Beal. Townsend is there to knock it away. The ball goes out of bounds, and they say it'll be Central Aroostook's ball.
Well, it's a good pass going there. It's just a little bit late on getting there, but the idea and the concept was real good.
Brewer takes the inbounds pass, now off to Townsend. Townsend with Libby right in his shirt. Now to Orser. Orser outside goes to Shaw of Central Aroostook. 35-29 as we're down to 51 seconds. Libby with it now, turns. Libby starts the middle. Now loops a pass to Shaw. Inside goes to Brewer. Back to Shaw. Outside shot, no good. Rebound by Crowley. He never even got off his feet. Kind of dropped right in his hand.
Right there.
Good position, and that's what happens. You get good position. Peabody. Now Libby. Inside Beal. Beal turns, no good. Tries to keep it alive. He's still tipping the ball. It's knocked out by Libby of Central Aroostook.
Well, there you can see a frustration. Both those guys are jumping up. It looks as though that one of them touched it while they were out of bounds. It's going to give it to the other team.
Peabody in the baseline. Now goes the middle. Stolen by Brewer. And there's going to be a clear field for Townsend. He's going to put it up and in. Boy, they had all like a two-on nobody. 37-29 with 11 seconds left. Kenny with the ball. Back to Peabody. Peabody starts to turn, and Brewer goes to steal. Now the pass goes off to Crowley. Crowley back to Libby. Or I should say Kenny, and Kenny's shot is no good. So at the end of one half of play, the impressive Central Aroostook 39 and Jonesport-Beals 37-29. And boy, you can't say anything better about them. They just played a complete second quarter.
They did, Joe. One of the key points, I think, was the free throws. They were on the foul line a lot more, and I was going to say that they're probably resting more on the foul line, but boy, Central Aroostook is just playing excellent basketball. They're going to almost an RNG, a run-and-gun type offense. They're looking for it. They've got the people on the defense playing good defense, and all of a sudden when the shot goes up, for some reason, they've got a lot of confidence in Townsend and Libby and those guys underneath, and they're releasing. Townsend and Libby are getting the ball. They're dumping it out real quick. They're coming down here uncontested, and they're getting some shots. That's not a typical Jonesport-Beals display of offensive power, because they're usually a little bit more offensive-oriented. And defensively, usually right there, Joe. But you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Steve Shaw right now, because his team is up 8 points, and they're doing exactly what they said they wanted to do. They wanted to control it. They've controlled it. Jonesport-Beals is not getting the offensive boards they did in the game yesterday or the quarterfinals games, but hey, you get another 16 minutes to go.
Yeah, it certainly is. 16 minutes to go here at halftime, 37-29. The number 1 team, Central Aroostook, over Jonesport-Beals, the number 2. And I think you made some good points. Certainly they've been able to keep the 3 big boys at Jonesport-Beals off the board. Look is just not having the game he had yesterday. Some good defense in there. They're pushing him out a little bit further. Billy's points have been shot jumpers from the side. He did have a couple he got in on the rebound, but then the out of bounds play they're not getting away with, as Central Aroostook has come very well prepared for this game.
Well, Randy Libby, number 40, has been matched up with Billy Look underneath, and as I said, when people watching off the ball and what they're seeing Billy Look do and Randy Libby's done an outstanding job right there, and that's one of the keys, I think, that Coach Steve Shaw will say right now for his team, is that they've been able to control that a little bit, and that's the difference right now. So with a score 37-29, let's go over to Rich Kimball and his halftime guest. Rich?
Bill, I'm here with Kevin Schoberg, a writer for the Star-Herald and the Aroostook Republican, sports writer, who has been here covering the tournament all week long. Kevin, let's talk a little county basketball. Steve Shaw has had this Central Aroostook team here before, but today, an 8-point lead at halftime, they're looking pretty tough.
Yeah, Central Aroostook's a team that if they get out on the open floor, they can really do some damage, and I think in the second quarter, they showed that, their fast break's working, and they're going to do some damage if they continue to be on the run.
And some guys that are coming back next year are going to be pretty good, too. Randy Libby's a heck of a player.
It's amazing. They have one senior on the team. He's like the 7th man. Everybody else is back next year. They're kind of building a dynasty in Mars Hill. They were in the finals last year, and this year they're looking like they're going to do some, make a serious run to be in the state championship this year.
Steve Shaw said the other day, Tim Brewer's got the total package. He can do just about anything on the basketball floor. He's really one of the least talked about but best players in Eastern Maine.
He is a great player, and the thing about him is he's very calm out there. He gets the ball, and he does do a lot of nice things with it, and he's been a great scorer for him. He's really picked them up in a lot of games this year.
Speaking of good players, we're going to see a 1,000-point scorer later on in the afternoon session. Jared Stewart comes in here with Hodgson.
Jared Stewart, an unbelievable athlete. I don't cover Hodgson, but I've seen a lot of their games this year. I've seen a game this year where he came on the court, hit a three-pointer, next time down the court, a dunk. So that just shows what he does on the court. He's amazing.
And how about Jason Tarr? He came in last year, took a Limestone team, and they made it to the Eastern Maine Finals. Now he's back with Hodgson. Is that being in the right place at the right time, or Jason's also a pretty good coach?
He is a good coach. Again, this is his second-year coach. Last year, he was fortunate enough to hook on to the Limestone Eagles, who had a great team, but he also did a nice job guiding him into the state championship. This year, it's kind of been an up-and-down year. He started out kind of slowly, but he's come back and got him up in the Hill Point standings, and they got a good draw in the first round, and now they're in the finals.
Speaking of the Hill Point standings, the Class A points came out this morning, and what a county showdown next Saturday. Presque Isle Caribou 3.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I know a lot of people up there will be too. I expect it's going to be pretty full on both sides here next week. Again, I think this was something that both coaches knew that was a possibility of happening, maybe even after a couple weeks ago. And now it's going to be here, and I'm going to really enjoy that one. I know that.
That was pretty wild. Now, in the regular season, at least at one of the games, they were sold out, and I understand people were scalping tickets.
Yeah, both games I know were sold out. I know before the Presque Isle game, it was probably sold out 5 days before, and the Caribou game a couple days before. And, yeah, it is a tough ticket. It's a great place to be. It's one of the favorite things, being a sports editor. I now been doing it 6 years now, and it's one of my favorite things to do is be part of that Caribou Presque Isle game. It's a great atmosphere. I don't know if it's matched in the state, and we're going to see it again Saturday.
All right, Kevin, thanks very much. Always good to see you at tournament time, and we'll talk to you again before we're through. Kevin Schoberg of the Star-Herald and the Aroostook Republican. It's halftime of the Class D Eastern Maine Final. Let's go back now to Joe and Bill.
Well, thank you very much, and we'll be back with more halftime basketball talk right after this.
Public Television's basketball coverage is provided in part by Husson College, offering master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees in business, health, and professional studies. And by Oakhurst Dairy, a Maine dairy working with local farms to serve Maine families since 1921.
That's our boy. As the officials come back on the floor, Central Aroostook has been on the floor for a minute or so, and Jonesport-Beals has not returned with 3:57.
Well, I think sometimes, Joe, you know, when you've got a lead, you've got the enthusiasm and the excitement there, you want to get back on the floor. You don't have to stay in the locker room. I remember when I was coaching, I never took the kids back in. I let them stay out on the floor. It was a lot easier. You can see the halftime stats here for the game between the Jonesport-Beals Royals and the Central Aroostook Panthers. Field goals percentage, they're both shooting even percentage, 46-41, 13-14 for field goals. There's the difference right now, Joe. Free throws at Central Aroostook has been on the line 15 times. And the turnovers, that's uncharacteristic of Coach Artie Alley's teams. They have 7 turnovers. They haven't forced much over in the Central Aroostook. On the scoring for the individual players, first of all, for Central Aroostook, a halftime score of 37. Brewer has 7, Townsend has 13, Ben Allen has 6, Libby has 9, and Lee Shaw has 2. For Jonesport-Beals, Crowley has not scored. Billy Look has 6, Tony Beal has 6, Chris Crowley has 6, Elliot Peabody has 7, Ryan Libby has 1, and Mike Kenny has 3. Jonesport does not have a player in double figures, but there's the balance that they usually have, except they're usually in double figures when they have the balance all the way through. Yesterday, Billy Look had 35, Chris Conley had 16, and Elliot Peabody had 12, so there was a big offensive production from those people.
I think when our guest at halftime was talking about the enthusiasm up in Aroostook County, and you look at the Central Aroostook team, and you see the underclassmen, and their senior is a 7th man. If they get by this one, I don't call it a dynasty, but I certainly would say that they're in very good shape for another year.
They look well with it. Here's Coach Steve Shaw sitting on the sideline saying, can that clock go any faster? Because if I can just speed it up, I'd like to turn it ahead. Jonesport-Beals coming out on the floor for their warm-ups, and hopefully, Joe, that they'll be able to make their adjustments, and we'll have even a more exciting game, because the game has been exciting. It's kind of been slowed down a little bit because of some of the fouls, and that's being caused by the defensive pressure put on by Jonesport-Beals. That's not to say that the officiating is going real tight, but it just happens to be that way. And right now, we'll start it out even again, and maybe they'll be able to stay off the line. So with the score, 37-29 in favor of Central Aroostook, we'll be back in just one moment. People, the girls' D final with Richmond versus Rangeley will be starting at 1:30 with the boys' D final to follow that. Vinyl Haven will play Wyndham Christian, and in Eastern Maine at 2 o'clock this afternoon, the Skank Wolverines will play the Blue Devils of Calais in the girls' Class C final, followed by the boys' C final of Hodgson versus Skank.
So as we get ready for 16 more minutes of basketball, the Eastern Maine title up for grabs here. Although Central Aroostook has an 8-point lead to this point, so we'll see what happens. As pretty much Jonesport-Beals is going to keep in the 2 fire plugs, Kinney along with Ryan Libby. It goes to Libby right now on the left side to Peabody outside. He starts to work to the right side to Kenny inside to Billy Look. Billy Look tries to get some territory, but he hits off the backboard inside and goes out of bounds. So they have frustrated him on any attempt he has to make underneath.
Yeah, both of them just forced him right underneath there, and he had, when he went down to that low post on that side, there were 3 players in white shirts surrounding him.
Townsend with the ball now. Townsend stops, takes the pop. It's no good. Rebound by Peabody. Peabody comes out of the pack now. Spin dribbles to the left side, still looking for help. Now it goes to Kenny. Kenny with the ball for Jonesport-Beals. He's going to stop, take an outside pop. Partially deflected, picked off by Brewer. Brewer had a fast break, but elects to bring him down himself. That's his package right there. He can ball handle. Now goes Connor to Shaw, outside to Townsend. Left side swing goes to Libby. Inside to Ben Allen. Ben playing with 3 personals on him. Nice bounce inside, goes to Shaw. Shaw's going to put it up. Nice rebound inside. We're ripped away by Kenny from Allen.
It was a good play that time. Billy Look just held his position, and they went up and scored. I mean, got the rebound real easy.
Billy Look tried to get a tip-in off Peabody miss. Rebound chased down by Brewer. Brewer looking for help now. Goes out to Libby. So the 2 big men can ball handle. That makes it a double package here. Right side goes to Libby. Libby takes the shot, pop, no good. Billy Look with the rebound.
Now this is the start, Joe, exactly what we had the first quarter. Neither of the teams wanted to score. They both came down and put up a few shots, so it's almost identical to the first half.
Outside to Peabody. Right side to Kenny. Kenny inside to Tony Beal. Tony misses a shot. Rebound taken off by Townsend. Nice lead to Shaw. Oh, nice lead is right. He misses the shot. Gets the rebound back, though. Turns. They don't have to be in a hurry now. They've got a fairly good lead. Jump shot by Brewer is no good. Rebound fought for, taken underneath by Shaw, who seems to be everywhere. Townsend with an outside three. It's no good. Rebound ripped by Tony Beal. And he's fouled behind by Libby.
Those are the fouls you don't like to see happen right there. Randy Libby just reaching from behind, trying to create something. Central Aroostook had many opportunities down at this end. They got some good rebounds on there. You'll see the ball come out. Number 40 is going to work around, going to slap it right there. Contact is made, and that's going to give the possession to Jonesport.
That's the third foul on Libby as Peabody brings down. Ryan Crowley, along with Chris Crowley, have checked back in for Jonesport-Beals. Chris turns now. 3 men are there with him. Ryan now it goes off to Peabody and deflected out of bounds by Lee Shaw.
It doesn't look right now that Coach Aldi Alley has his players doing an offensive threat right now. They seem to be just standing a little bit, getting a pass over. It might be because Central Aroostook is playing good defense.
Peabody with it now. Bounces in the left corner. Goes to Tony Beal. Tony Beal shot in and out. Rebound by Townsend off to Shaw. Shaw's got another easy one. Puts it up. It's no good. Peabody is fouling. He's the most surprised person in the house.
The Academy Awards, they always say that they never touched him, but the official, John Sharpie, has said that you did make contact and the other player is going to the foul line for 2 shots. It still, Joe, is that when Jonesport-Beals shoots at the offensive basket, Central Aroostook is releasing somebody down the floor.
Foul shot by Shaw is good, so we don't get a replay on that one, but it would be interesting. Billy Look now will check back in. And is it Tony? No, it's going to be Libby that will take the sidelines, and then a timeout being asked for. So, 38-29 the score. 1 foul shot is the difference here to start the third period.
I'd like to go back, Joe, just comment on when we see the floor, you'll see Lee Shaw going down the floor, and you'll see the plays. Coach Shaw talking. Here's the play right here where we're talking about where the foul was occurred. He's going to go underneath. I'm not sure where the contact was.
I know you're not, but I am.
I'm a former official.
It looked like he got a piece of the ball, but that's why he just couldn't believe it happened.
It's easy when we have a chance to sit here for a while to look at it. But again, that's part of the officiating. It's a human calls. Those are sometimes correct, sometimes incorrect. That's why I'm glad we don't have machines up here saying, yes, you did touch him, or didn't touch him. But I did want to comment real quickly on the release where all of a sudden number 41, Lee Shaw, goes down. It might be also to pull some of the rebounding strength off the boards and force Jonesport-Beals to stay out a little bit because their offensive crash power is really important.
Lee Shaw now comes back for his second shot. It's up and it's good. And that makes it now 39-29. 10-point lead for Central Aroostook here in third quarter action. Ryan Crowley with it. Now loops the pass. It goes to Beal, to Peabody, back to Ryan Crowley. Crowley's outside three is nothing. Rebound tip that gets out of bounds, hit off Central Aroostook.
That was Townsend going up trying to tap it because he wasn't sitting in real good rebounding position. Tried to tap it up over and maybe go grab it himself, and it just happened to go out of bounds.
So Beal will put it in play and in front of his own basket. Comes out, bench. Hook pass comes back to him from Peabody. Now Peabody's passed down the middle. He's going to take the pop. It's up around. It's no good. Rebound by Ben Allen. Ben saw Shaw down there, but he couldn't get it to him. Now it goes to Libby. Libby's going to take the shot pop, and he draws the foul. So just foul after foul after foul.
Well, they're going right at him, Joe. I think that's the idea for the Panthers. They're going right at Jonesport. They're not holding back any. They're going underneath, and they're trying to get the easy shots, and in turn they're getting the foul.
Comes in to Brewer, puts it up, no good. Tip up by Libby, no good. Tipped away, picked up by Allen at the foul line, gives to Shaw of Central Aroostook. Holds over now to Libby. Libby starts to turn. Nice pass inside of Shaw, puts it up, he misses. And there's Townsend rejected by Beal. Outlet pass comes down to Crowley. Ryan takes one up off the glass. It's no good. Tip up by Look, and he draws the foul on Libby. And I think that's Libby's fourth.
That might be, Joe. And there's a good example there. Just the opposite. The Jonesport-Beals released out. The ball went out real quick. Billy Look coming down, doing his offensive board work. Get in there for the tap, and that tap, you watch this play right here. Jonesport's going to shoot. Off the glass, doesn't make it. Up comes number 21, Billy Look. Contact is made on the arm. He's going to go to the foul line for two. And yes, Randy Libby does have 4 fouls.
Foul shot is missed by Billy. There's a lid on the rim for Billy Look today. Foul shot is up and it's good. 39-30 now. The Central Aroostook team still leading. Orser in the game now. Nice pass goes to Lee Shaw. He puts this one in.
Boy, that's a nice play that time. A real pretty pass by number 20, Mitch Orser.
41-30, 11-point lead, 4:16 left. Tony Beal way outside. Now Pat way up with it, guarded by Brewer. Now he skips it across to Crowley. Back to Crowley from Look. It's no good. Rebound by Tony Beal. Tony puts it up left-handed. He draws a foul against Brewer. So they are working, but they're having to work extra hard.
Well, the other thing, too, Joe, that hasn't happened is in yesterday's game, Jonesport-Beals was lucky to establish an outside game. They had a few of those long shots going in. They might not have been three-pointers all the time, but they were released out. That was drawing the defensive team out yesterday. Today, that's not happening, so Central Aroostook's been able to pack it in a little bit.
41-30 to score, 11-point difference. Tony Beal's foul shot is good. 4:02 left here in third quarter action. As Orser picked up the foul, that's only his first. 2 foul shots by Tony Beal. And they put the pressure on, 41-32. Lee Shaw guarded by Billy Look. Now goes to Orser, to Allen of Central Aroostook. Starts up halfway, is stripped almost, but he gets it back. Allen inside to Brewer. Brewer's going to turn, put it up off the glass. A nice play by Brewer.
Just a great power move that time by number 22 for the Panthers.
43-32, they maintain their 11-point lead. Now Beal with it. Tony Patway in. Tony's going to take the outside 3. It's no good. Billy Look gets inside, and he gets fouled again. And he is just coming out of nowhere, and they can't control it, and he draws another foul, and he'll have 2 more shots.
I think that's what Tim Brewer was talking to a couple of his teammates by. Not sure if Tim was guiding Billy Look or not, but somebody should be boxing him out. And Tim was crashing the boards, and then he's going to get caught with the foul.
Tim Brewer picks up the foul. That's only his first. And on the line, Billy Look makes the first of 2. Second shot is up, and that's no good. Rebound tipped around. Tony Beal has it. Tony's going to put it right back up. It's no good. Rebound inside by Chris Crowley, no good. Tip up by Billy Look, and he's going to draw the foul.
There's the difference, Joe, right there, is that Jonesport-Beals is not able to cash in on those layups underneath there, and Billy Look is going to pick up the next foul coming onto it.
That's the third on Billy. Tim Brewer with it, got it by Tony Beal. Brewer with a screen right down, it goes all the way under, puts it up on the right side, left-handed. And when they score, Tim Brewer scores.
It's just a great play that time. He went right to the baseline and established it.
45-33 to score. Ryan Crowley in the middle of Tony Beal. Tony's shot is no good. Rebound taken off by Ben Allen. The sophomore rips another one. This is the difference from last year's team to this year's team is Ben Allen. He's arrived. And there he is again with a shot and puts it in. He has doubly arrived.
They're playing well right now, and they've got everything flowing on their offensive side, and they're doing even better on the defensive side with a 1-3-1 zone.
Tony Beal inside, stolen away by Tim Brewer. Long pass to Orser. Orser chases it down and saves it. Now it goes to Townsend, who brings Patway back out with 2:28 left. Now to Brewer. Brewer with it. Brewer gets the screen again because it goes the opposite way, puts it off the glass, no good. Who else is there but Ben Allen? His shot's missed. He puts it back up and ripped away by Peabody.
He got stuffed that time by number 33, Peabody, and the ball went out of bounds. Central Aroostook's going to take it back in play, and they still have a 14-point lead.
Checking in is 44, Sonny Beal. And going the sideline is Tony Beal. Outside shot by Orser. No good. I was going to say if he hit that one, that would break their back. So Peabody will bring down. He starts jump pass to Look. Now to Ryan Crowley. Peabody back to Crowley. Crowley fakes, starts to go. Crowley puts it off the glass. It's no good. Rebound there by Sonny Beal. He puts it up. It's no good. And nothing will fall for Jonesport-Beals in this quarter.
They can't get any of the breaks, and sometimes those breaks are what makes the difference in the ball game, but they're just getting bounce after bounce after bounce. You have to attribute to good defense, Joe, and some good boxing out and everything else that Central Aroostook's been able to do.
Chris Crowley picks up the foul. That's his third. as Townsend splits it easy. He goes right down. He's going to stop at the foul line, put it up, no good. Rebound by Chris Crowley. Now off to Peabody. 47-33 the score, 1:38 remaining. At the foul line, puts it up off balance. The rebound goes to the right, and it's knocked out of bounds by Matt Townsend of Central Aroostook as Pagan comes back in the game.
I'm not sure that Coach Shaw was real happy that they're going to get the rebound down at that end and go full length. You see him put his hands out almost like saying, slow it down a little bit.
Sonny Beal lobs it in, and no one's there.
Another turnover.
But Central Aroostook players also with it now. In the middle, it goes to Lee Shaw. Lee turns now to Brewer. Brewer, the catalyst of this team. Right side goes to Orso. Orso will take the three. Yes. Saw his mother at Effie's yesterday. They must be some happy. And another timeout. You can see Roger Shaw, who's the principal of Central Aroostook, and his son is playing. So everybody on the Central Aroostook side standing and cheering as they're leading by a score of 50-33.
Boy, they've just played good basketball, Joe. Of all the things you add together, they've played good offense. They've played real good defense. And the other thing that you're talking about that happened with it is that Jonesport-Beals has not had anything go right their way. We just had a stat come over to us and said that they're 0 for 16 in the third quarter. Would like to remind the viewing audience today, because of today's tournament games had to be rescheduled, Victory Garden, scheduled to be seen at this time, will not be broadcast today. It will return to its regular spot next Saturday. As I said, Joe, I think that's what's happened. The momentum and everything is going to the other side for Central Aroostook. There's that three-point shot by Arthur. And you said it just a minute ago, if he'd have got it from the other side, that would have been a crusher for a while, and right now that's exactly what happened. The Panthers are in control, and the Royals have got to make some changes.
So Audie Alley trying to get anybody in there that can get him something going here. As now he goes with Derek Alley. Derek has the ball right now. Derek turns off to Kenny, now back to Derek Alley, to Pagan. They just got to put the ball up and almost stolen inside. Now picked off by Allen, and it's going to be Central Aroostook's possession.
Boy, when it rains, it pours right now, Joe, for Jonesport-Beals. They're just having some problems all over the place, and it's not that they're doing anything wrong. They just can't get the breaks either.
Double team to Townsend. He splits it now. Right side goes to Lee Shaw. Now to Orsa. Orsa out deep to Townsend. Right side goes to Shaw. Lee has the ball knocked away by Pagan, still controls. Starting to pick up a little bit rough now. Ben Allen now back to Townsend. Townsend's going to take a three. Yes. Whoa. He gets a high five from his bench.
They're excited right now, Joe. Boy, they have a little bit to prove. They want to say that this is the last year, and that's added to them a little bit. Their enthusiasm and adrenaline is just flowing right now.
20-point lead. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Derek Alley finally gets the ball to Kenny. Now to Billy Look. Billy Look double team. Now it goes to Kenny, stolen by Orsa. He tosses it back, but it goes to Look. Billy's going to go right to the basket and draws the foul off Townsend.
Good play that time. Even Oshard made a great defensive play over there, number 20 for the Panthers. Tried to flip the ball back in. I don't know why it didn't go to a Panther player, because everything else has gone that way for him. But Billy Look anticipated, got the ball, went to the basket, but they're not in the free throw bonus situation as of yet, Joe.
Kenny will inbound it. Goes to Pagan outside three. Yes. That's their first basket of this quarter. Long shot by Townsend. That's right off the front of the rim. So at the end of three complete, 53-36, Central Aroostook over Jonesport-Beals. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this.
Sometimes you have to take a chance.
Hey, from down here. Hey, from up north. You don't know nothing about down here.
Down with it. Allen to the glass stops. Now back outside to Townsend, right side to Shaw. Shaw to right side to Brewer. Brewer partway in now. Looks. Still has the ball. Goes to Allen. 53-38 to score. Now pass comes in the corner. Goes to Townsend. He goes all the way in. He misses a shot. But Allen is there. Off balance. He puts it up. No good. And a rebound action is going to be a foul on Townsend. And he's fouling the back of Billy Look, but they're not in a foul situation yet.
Now, they got to be a little bit careful, Joe. I think what Steve Shaw would like to have happen, the coach of Central Aroostook, is to have his kids come in and run some offensive plays, because usually that will take care of some time. But you don't need any what you call foolish fouls, and that one right there by number 23 would be. It's created his fourth one.
Derek Alley to Pagan from the other side, no good. Rebound by Billy Look. Billy fakes, puts the ball back up, no good. Rebound by Tony Beal, puts it up and in.
7 straight points, Joe.
Now Brewer with it to Shaw. Shaw stats down. Now Wasser outside of Townsend. Back to Brewer. Tim bounces inside to Ben Allen. Ben Allen puts it up. It's no good. Tony Beal. So kind of a mini rally here by Jonesport-Beals. Down 13. Looking around. Bounces off to Kenny. Kenny stops. Looks for help. Goes to Tony Beal. Tony in the middle to Pagan. Pagan's not bashful. Puts it up. It's no good. Rebound tipped. And let's see. In the fouling action, it's going to be Lee Shaw, who's over the back of Derek Alley. But that's only their 16.
16 of the, did they just pop it up, Joe, to show
No,
bonus?
6 is, there was 5. Nope, they did.
Okay.
They're popping it, well, popping up for the next, or is it 1-1?
It looks as though the way it is on the board, it should be 1-1 for Jonesport-Beals.
Mike Webb is looking up now. Is it 1-1? And
Yes,
they say yes. Yep.
So they aren't going to go.
Okay,
to the
boys, at the scorer's table, let's get with it. 53-40. So Derek Alley will have a pair. He can't. Everyone's pointing. No, I felt. Whoa. Lee Shaw says, I fouled Derek Alley. I didn't foul Billy Look. Billy says, I think I'll take these two, or 1-1 at least. 53-40, 6:35. Look's foul is up, is no good. Foul shot's missed. And Lee Shaw with it. Has his blue shirts all over the floor here, trying to get that ball back. They certainly won't roll over and play dead. Inside to Allen, now to Brewer. Brewer hemmed in at the baseline, goes back outside to Shaw. Now he goes to Libby. Libby back out partway with it. Trying to use a little clock here. Wasser. Tim Brewer at the top, the right side. Goes to Lee Shaw. Lee starts to gallop on the other side. Pass to Orser. He's going to go for the three. This time he doesn't get it. Ball's picked off, and there's a foul on Orser as Kenny went for the rebound and got hammered.
Yeah, I think Coach Shaw is going to take a timeout because he doesn't like what's happened. Central Aroostook has changed what's got them there in that almost 20-point lead at one time, Joe. They've gone back down, and now they're playing as though that they've got the game in hand, and they've changed their offense entirely. And I don't think that's what Coach Steve Shaw wants them to have. He wants them to go back and have them play. He says, if you can be ahead by 20, let's go ahead and be it by 22, 24, 26, whatever you want. But let's still continue to play. And they haven't been. They were trying to run too much time off the clock. They weren't even looking underneath. They're more trying to find the open man out on the perimeter. Where on the other side, Jonesport-Beals, I think, Joe, had scored, 7 to 9 straight points?
Well, they were 36 at the end of the three. They've got
36.
4. From the last quarter.
Right,
yeah. Right.
So they were coming through. So they've been picking up a little bit on the offensive side, and that's going to be something that Coach Audie Alley wants to have happen. They're also on the free throw line.
And they've only committed, Jonesport-Beals, that is, has only committed 14 fouls. Foul on Orser was only his second. Foul shot ready, put up by Kenny, is no good. They're having problems on that foul line. Brewer comes off the rebound. He starts down with it. To the right side and down the middle. He's going to go toward the glass. Now holds up, comes back out to Libby. Now to Shaw. Shaw with Pagan there with him. Now off to Brewer. Brewer's going to go. Going to stop, take the shot, pop. It's up, it's no good. Rebound by Ben Allen. Ben puts it back up. Billy Look rejects it. And the Central Aroostook crowd thought they had a foul there, but it doesn't go. Kenny now bounces inside. Tony Beal puts it up, and he finally gets the roll. So here they come. 53-42 with 5:21 left. Brewer intercepted by Look. He's going to roll the basket. Leads off inside. Oh, what a tough break for Jonesport-Beals. And Derek Alley made the layup, but Billy Look is player control fouling.
Good play that time by Billy Look. He anticipated the pass, got on the outside, stole the ball, going to go in. And the other defensive player on Central Aroostook established position. Mike Webb calls the player control offensive foul. You'll see it right here. Here he comes in through. He wants to dish it. 22 standing right in front. A good call made that time.
Alley had the basket. Now the two officials are talking, and it'll be Central Aroostook's ball out. That's only the 15th foul. That's why. Townsend off to Brewer. Brewer starts down the middle of the pack, goes to Libby. Libby bounces inside, but there is Derek Alley. He picks it off, starts the other way. He's going to take an outside three, no good. Rebound long right, picked off by Townsend. Townsend starts with it. Pass goes to Ben Allen. Ben Allen puts it up, and he's fouled by Tony Beals.
Good look that time. Matt Townsend looks for the release man. Let it go real quick, and Jonesport-Beals had nothing else they could do but to stop the easy 2 points. Down here, that was a big play down here on Billy looking. See the play here. He's going to get up number 22 for Jonesport-Beals. Tony Beals going to go up and create the foul, stop the 2 points. But that was a big turning point down at that end, Joe, because that would have scored. They'd have been down to single digits, and the excitement would have been even higher for Jonesport-Beals. But they're still not out of it, Joe, with just under 5 minutes to go.
Ben Allen's foul shot is missed. He'll be ready for the second shot now, only a sophomore. Foul shot is up, is all air. A little bit of tension here, would you say?
A lot of pressure. Remember, we talked about at the beginning of the ball game, and every game, they're still kids. They're teenagers playing sometimes what people want, perfection, and they're still going to be teenagers.
Derek Alley with it, right down the middle, now to Fagon. Fagon's going to chase one down. Now, yeah, he does turn, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound, banged around, finally picked off and goes to Libby, and Libby is on the line. And everybody on the bench pointed to that. You don't think they're in the game.
We have 10 players and 45,000 officials.
Goes to Billy Look. Billy goes. Billy loses it. Now it's tracked down, and there's going to be a foul called on Derek Alley. And he says, look, I was going for the ball like Townsend was.
Called it on 13.
Oh, Kenny, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mike Kenny from Jonesport-Beals. That has to be a call if they knock him off his feet or if it's on the floor. It looks like it has to be the other way, but that's a correct call by John Chaffee.
4:35 left, 53-42 to score. 11-point difference here with 4:35 left. Townsend's foul shot is good. And they could actually bury him right here with the foul shots, but they've been a little bit rough on the line here in the second half, but Townsend sinks one. Now he's going to go for 2. 54-42, and he hits a pair. 55-42. Central Aroostook has the lead as Derek Alley brings down. Left side to Fagon. Fagon's going to stop. Gives it up to Kenny. Kenny's shot pop is no good. Rebound action. They're going to call a foul on Chris Crowley.
Yeah, number 31 for the Jonesport-Beals Royals, pushing off on the offensive board, and they're going to go back down and shoot free throws. This is what's going to happen, Joe, because the game is still close within 13 points, and that three-point shot is always there. So Jonesport-Beals is going to keep the pressure on through the remaining 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Kenny, while he was in there, played a real fine game. Peabody checks back in. 7-7 now with the team fouls on both sides. There's another miss by Brewer. Not by Brewer, but by Central Aroostook. And then the rebound action is being fouled, so they really don't have to do that. But I guess to go back to your point, these are only kids.
Yep. Yeah, this is the foul's going to be on number 25, Ben Allen. I think the other thing we look at, Joe, and I don't have the scorebook right in front of you. We might be able to find out in regards to personal fouls or whether we're just going on what's on the scoreboard. But some of the Central Aroostook players have picked up 4, and we still have at least another half of a quarter to go here.
Foul shot is up by Crowley, and it's good. Chris Crowley, 55-43. Chris gets ready now for the second shot. 4:24 remains in this game. Foul shot is up, and it's good. 55-44, 11-point difference now. As Blue is all over the floor, trying to get that ball back. Behind the back by Lee Shaw. Now goes to Townsend. Townsend stops. Cross-courts it now to Shaw. Back in the middle of Brewer, and Brewer's being fouled by Derek Alley.
That's the reaching one, number 4. Derek just kind of reaching in real quick. There's a slap. It's the old sound foul, but John Chaffee, the official, observed it, called the foul. We're going to go to the foul line for 1-1 again.
So really, if you look at it with the fouls that are mounting up, because Jonesport-Beals trying to get the ball to get at least a tie out of this thing. It's a wide open shot, 10 seconds, and you can have it, and he makes it.
Somebody pretty soon, one of the two teams is going to start walking the flank a little bit in regards to foul situations. But if you can cash in on the free throws and the other team doesn't score, then it's going to be to your advantage.
Tim Brewer with a pair. I think if you look for an MVP in this division, you have to look at number 22, Central Aroostook. And that's Mr. Tim Brewer. For gone now, corner goes to Billy Look. Billy Look fires and he hits the two. 57-46, never say die. They come back with two. Townsend is being fouled again by Fagon. Well, we'll say that Mr. Webb and Mr. Sharpie have had their work cut out for him.
Well, they've called the fouls, and I think they've had to call them, Joe. If they didn't, then it would have got a little bit out of hand. And Mike Webb and John Sharpie have been, as we said before, been very consistent. They've called the same fouls all game long. You can't fault the officials right now on anything in regards to offense or defense.
Townsend hits a foul shot, so that's 3 in a row. 2 by Brewer, 1 by Townsend. 58-46, 12-point lead. So if they could keep swapping foul shots or baskets, they'll probably be happy with that. 59-46, 3:52, and certainly the clock not on Jonesport-Beals' side at this point. Peabody, he's going to take a downtown three. No good. The high rebound goes to Billy Luck. Billy backs up. He's going to take a three. It's no good. Rebound tipped inside. There's our man Brewer. Off to Townsend. Leaves to Ben Allen. Ben Allen goes down, puts it up and in.
Boy, they've got it going right now. They had a good break. They had a 3-on-1. Dumped it back to the guy in the middle, and he had the easy jump shot.
61-46. And the ball knocked away by Lee Shaw and off the foot of Fagon.
Everything is not going to go well right now for the Royals or Jonesport-Beals.
Billy Luck now goes to the sidelines. But if you look at it, last year Jonesport-Beals were state champions, and most of these kids played on that team. So it's kind of tit for tat. Central Aroostook's waited a long time, 365 days for this. And the ball's knocked away. Whoa, here we come, right into our cameras. Fagon and Brewer, and who's the foul going to be on?
22.
He is still right under the... Is everyone trying to help everybody up here?
Tearaway jerseys.
They're going to call the foul on. It's on 4. It's on Derek Alley. Fagon may have hurt himself as he starts at the sideline.
Here's the replay here, being able to see it, Joe.
He's coming out anyway, so Derek Alley's in there. Ryan Crowley came back in, 1-on-1 for Brewer. Brewer gets ready with a foul shot, puts it up, it's no good. Tip comes back to Brewer from Libby, back to Libby, puts it up and in.
They're creating all the good breaks for themselves right now, Joe. They're playing well, they're going to the board. They've got that lead, and that's an advantage when you get the lead because you can try and gamble a little bit.
Ryan Crowley, they're shutting out the threes, but there's Peabody. He's got an outside three, no good. Rebound inside by Tony Beal, put it back up, no good. Rebound tipped around and goes out of bounds. That will be Jonesport-Beals' ball.
Well, that was the key for Jonesport-Beals in their first two victories in the Eastern Maine tournament. They were able to capitalize on the offensive boards, and today it just has not happened. And I think you have to give it credit towards the Central Aroostook Panthers defense.
Throws to Tony Beal on the baseline left. He misses a shot, and it's knocked out of bounds by Libby. So the big men of Central Aroostook, Libby, Brewer, and Ben Allen have been very, very fine with Townsend on the defensive board. Now a shot inside by Chris Crowley, and he puts it in, making it 63-48 with 2:36 left. Townsend now goes to Libby. Libby brings Patway out. Shaw corner goes to Townsend. Townsend, he gets fouled by Peabody.
And Coach Shaw is just saying something to Matt Townsend is make sure you keep it under control. You keep the composure until the game is over. Not attempt something that's stupid like throwing up a three-pointer right now. We don't need those.
If it goes in, we do.
Yes, it's always that way. But you're talking kids again.
Yeah,
so all of a
exactly.
sudden, one of those young men out there
Watch
could toss
this, Coach.
Yep, they'll say, I want to throw it up.
Peabody comes out, checking in number 10, Philip Dobbins. And number 40 is Clifford Johnson. So Audie Alley is going to get the rest of the troops in. say at least they had been in a championship game. Townsend, I think that's 2-4, I don't know, 6 maybe, 6 or 7 right in a row between Brewer and Townsend. Foul shot is up and no good this time, but who's there but Mr. Brewer, and he was amidst 5 blue shirts.
Well, that's where you just say everything that the Jonesport-Beals is really hustling well throughout the entire ball game, and the possession foul was, possession arrow was pointing towards Central Aroostook, so they'll have the ball, and everything is going their way. But that's always happens when you get that so-called momentum going your way. And usually say, Joe, that you create it. It doesn't happen. It's sometimes called luck, but as you remember, a good friend of ours would say, Bill Bryant always told me that luck was the residue of design.
Exactly.
So,
checking in the game for Jonesport-Beals is Danny Beal, number 20. Brewer now goes to Shaw with 2:19 left. Libby. Now Townsend back out to Shaw. Right side goes to Brewer. Brewer inside to Ben Allen. Puts it up and in. You see the dance that time on Mr. Shaw?
Coach Shaw is going to be...
It looks like line dancing.
He's going to be a happy man.
Now the ball is attempted shot by number 10. Was it 10 that took the shot? Yes, it was.
Yes, it
Phil
was.
Dobbins, and he is being fouled in there by Lee Shaw. So Lee Shaw's a junior, Randy Libby's a junior, Ben Allen's a sophomore, Matt Townsend a sophomore, Tim Brewer a junior. I'd say move them up to Class A.
Well, I think the signs that we probably should be seeing here next year, Joe, would be we're back.
Yeah, we're back is right.
The same as Jonesport-Beals has said, and a lot of
you
people
were
said.
2 years away and not 1.
That's correct. That's correct. We'll make sure the news is aware of that.
He's right beside me.
I know that.
Foul shot by Dobbins is good, so he'll get in the scorebook. 66-49 in a very classic final finish here for Central Aroostook. And they get their revenge from a year ago. And Alamaz Hill will explode when this thing is over. Sad 42, pair by Dobbins. Blaine and Maz Hill makes up their district. Jonesport-Beals, simply Jonesport-Beals. Pass goes now to Townsend, back out to Brewer. Brewer inside to at the foul line to Ben Allen. Now to Townsend, he's going to put it up, no good. Rebound taken off there by number 40 is Clifford Johnson. Johnson comes down with it, gets in the middle and puts it up. Number 20 misses it, Danny Beal. Lee Shaw is going to chase it down, put it up, it's no good. Rebound taken off by Stephen Bean, and Stephen comes back down with it to the right side. He looks for help. He's going to take the shot off the rim, no good. Chased down by Townsend. 1:13 remaining, and timeout being asked for and taken. And I imagine that Coach Shaw will now try to get the players in the game as this is pretty much over. 15-point lead, 66-51 the score.
Well, I hope he's going to put in some of the subs unless there's something wrong with some of his players. They can't get into the ball game, but it would be nice to see it because that's what Coach Audie Alley has done, is had an opportunity for some of his players to get into the game. And it's always nice to be able to play in a championship game no matter what it is. If it's the full game, Joe, if it's only in there for a minute, you can look back many moons from now and say, hey, I was there, I had an opportunity to play, I retrieved the ball, I shot the ball, I was on the floor, and I participated. And that's the importance of high school athletics, interscholastic sports. If you're able to participate, and that's what probably, Joe, sometime you talk about people saying that's what you should encourage kids to do when now they go into their high schools, is to participate in any kind of interscholastic athletics or any kind of interscholastic activities, whether it be drama, music, chorus, band, any kind of activity. Get involved with your school.
Also checks back in. Mahan, number 10 for Central Aroostook, checks in. Also, the ball, he still has it. He got by that one. Now it goes to Ben Allen. Townsend and Ben Allen stay in. Now it goes to Orser. Orser loops it to Townsend. Townsend scoops it across to Mahan. Now to Orser. Orser at the perimeter now outside. It goes to Ben Allen. Ben to the right to Mahan. And they're going to call another timeout.
You're going to time out and get some people into the game. I think that's what Coach Shaw is going to do. He's going to have his players go in.
I think that's a good move. Keep two of them in there.
Just, well,
you know, it's anything 51 seconds now, so he can get the rest of his troops in.
Well, it's easy when you sit down on the bench and you're looking up and you say, you know, what can happen in 1 minute? You never know. I mean, even when you sit there with a 15 or 14-point lead, you say, geez, I want to make sure. I don't want to jeopardize anything. And when you're sitting in that chair over there as the coach of the girls or the boys team, you say, I want to be sure. I want to be sure. And then usually what you do is you'll play it the right way, and the kids will work out well, and they have an opportunity to get in and play, and that's what they're after.
There's a sign going up across the way, Central Aroostook, #1 Panthers. We won't mention the advertisement. Also with it for Central Aroostook is we're down to 48 seconds. Now to Mahan. He had the three. He won't take it. I guess they're begging him to take it. Kearney with it. Now Mahan. Mahan looks inside. Gets the ball back now. Starts to move with it. Outside to Orser. Left side Kearney. Kearney starts to go to the right. He's being fouled in the air by Sonny Bean.
Yeah, and we're going to have one of the players.
Bean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. One of the players going to the foul line is number 21.
I was right.
Frank
Stephen
Connie.
Bean. Yeah, who's the other kid? 24 got in for Central Aroostook. Seth Locke. So this is the future right in front of us.
Except for this gentleman. Frank Connie is the only senior on the Central Aroostook Panther team.
I vote that he gets the net. Foul call is up and good. Well, the Jonesport-Beals girls won, and the Jonesport-Beals boys have lost. But they lost, I think, probably some Class A teams would have lost today to this team as they played just a complete basketball game. And going to the glass and putting up and missing is Ricky McDonald.
And he will go to the free throw line, attempt some free throw shots. It's going to be interesting to see the reaction to Coach Steve Shaw, because the emotions are just inside of that gentleman, and if the camera's going to be able to pick him up at the end of the ball game, I think he's going to be a very happy, excited man all the way along, Joe.
Clifford Johnson is the fouler, and McDonald is the shootee. Ricky McDonald, a 5'9" sophomore. Chance to break into the scorer's column. 68-51. Foul is up. It's no good. Foul shot missed. Tipped in the corner. Ricky tries to chase it down, but Dean is there. Steven down with it. Ball goes through the legs. E6, and it finally gets out of bounds. So as we wind down, Mr. McManus, we've got 2 to go.
2 more ball games. This is a good ball game, Joe, even though the score is going to say that they're down 17 points.
And there's the banner raised again. On high. Ricky, no shot, missed. That time it was 14, Chad Boyd. With 3 seconds left, 68-51. And a player for Central Aroostook hurt at the buzzer. Grady Mahan, 68-51 the score. He came down hard after rebounding action. So that takes a little bit away from the celebration. But you take the scores by quarters. Central Aroostook led, well, it was tied at the end of one quarter, 15-15, but 37-29 and a half, 53-37. See what happens. He's got the ball right there. That looked like a clean...
Oh, it's a clean block, Joe. I think what had happened is he twisted. If they replay that, I'm not sure that our camera crew would be able to replay it a little bit. You'll see that when he goes up for the jump shot to shoot, the block is made, and that's a clean block. There's nothing wrong with that, but the right or left leg kicks out, so he's going to land on the leg on the right side. Here's the play right here. I believe this is going to be the rebound coming back to that side. You'll see him get the ball here, take it back out. You're going to see the play being made right here. The block is made. You'll see the left leg come out. The right leg is going to go down, and I think what he's going to do is twist that knee a little bit on the right-hand side, or he just hit on his hip. But I think he's all right. He's under the capable hands out there of Wes Jordan. Wes Jordan will take care of anybody here. I have all the confidence in the world that he takes care of kids first, but he will look at it and just say that's what's happened. Joe's good ball game. 17 points difference is not indicative of how the play was made. Jonesport-Beals played their ball game for probably about halfway through the second quarter, and then all of a sudden the Central Aroostook Panthers took charge, and they did a good job. I would say, Joe, from my aspect, the key to the whole thing was their defense. Their defense was able